Hello, everybody. Gabriel Balin here. I'm a product manager for LIMSABC, and I'm going to show you today a few advanced features available to your clients in the client portal and some features related to that available to you and the accessioner. So with that said, let me start by showing you the reorder functionality that we have in the client portal. So the reorder functionality allows your clients for the same patients to place another order. So let's say you're working with a clinic, they have 20 patients. Every week they order the same thing for each patient. The reorder would allow them to simply go in, uh, select the patients that they want to reorder. They can search by the patient name. They can easily add those patients to the list. And let me just add a few here. And this will reorder them for these four patients. Whatever was ordered previously, it will order them again. And this is what each patient will get based on their previous order. So I'm just going to hit reorder and quickly I'm going to start processing each order at a time. So as the system does it, it creates four new requisitions, and those requisitions now, once I hit the close model and refresh grid, will be available, and they will be filtered automatically by the system so the users can see those new orders. So you can see here I have a urine and a wound, I have a nasopharyngeal swab and a urine, and so on. Each patient gets different things based on what they had previously. So if I expand this one, I can go to the samples, I'm sorry, to the panels, and you can see that there is a UTI and there is a wound uh, panels order on this particular patient. And the new orders are filtered automatically, so the user can modify if the user needs to modify any of these new orders. I'm just going to clear the selection here, and I'm going to show you a few things in the individual order screen. So if I go here to create requisition, it will allow me to pick my client site, and based on this I have my compendium, and there are a few things here I want to show. First is the schedule collection date, which allows you to schedule in advance number of orders. So if I want to retest for the next 4 weeks patient on a certain patient for, let's say, a wound, I can choose my uh, 4 days that I want to select. I can go in, then I have my four orders displayed here, and I can choose my wound, and now I can have four requisitions with the scheduled collection date of these dates specified here. I'm just gonna undo this one. I'm going to undo um, the wound here. The other thing I want to show here is the personalized menu selection. This allows the user to save a subset of panels. So if the user works, if the client has a group of tests that they always order on specific patients, they can create this personalized menu. So the first thing they would do, let's say it's a UTI and on toxicology and a confirmation, this would be UTI plus tox confirmation. The user can create a personalized menu selection by just clicking on this plus right here, and this would allow them to provide the name. And every time they come back and they want to choose this personalized menu, the system will check automatically the confirmation in this case, and it will check the molecular as well automatically. So every user can create their own options. The other thing I want to show is once I select a patient right here, you have these two magenta colors showing up for the ICD and for the medication. This will show the known ICDs for that patient, and you can easily add them to the order. The same thing for medication. And if anything changed, you just say, let's say alprazolam is not longer prescribed, that can be removed and something else can be added instead. Let's say Adderall. Um, The configuration here for toxicology, this section here is very specific to toxicology, and this section can be removed. There are a lot of things here that can be removed or added on the left side. So it's really up to each of our clients to decide what they want to have on this section of the screen. Um, the other thing I want to show are these panel specific instructions. So you can see there is a magenta color right here next to the wound panel. There is one next to the UTI as well. And this would allow you to put any information for your clients to be able to see um, if that's something, if any panel has any kind of meaningful instructions that needed to be displayed to the user. Um, the other thing I want to show is on the sample types, there are many cases, especially in the molecular, where you receive multiple samples of the same time. Wound would be a good example where you might receive multiple wound samples from different locations of the body. So if, in this case, I selected wound, I have my sample showing up here. I say it's collected by me. I can say this is from the left arm. And if I receive another sample, if I need to collect another sample to send to the lab, I can hit on the duplicate. And now I have two samples. Let's say this is the right arm. And let's say I want a third sample and this is the left leg. I can have that. So what happens in this case, there will be three samples generated in the system, three different labels. And when you receive, you can have three different set of results that will go on the report for each of these samples. Now, once I go into the, I hit save, and I would want to go to the next screen, which is the confirmation screen. There are a few settings here that can be turned on and off. One is a authorization statement right here at the top, and this is an acknowledgement that the user needs to select. If the user hits confirm, this statement, they cannot proceed without acknowledging that they're authorized to place the order. The other check we do here is on the insurance verification, and if the insurance is not valid, we can have a warning and an acknowledgement for the user. We also do insurance. We also do medical necessity check, and if the order would not meet medical necessity, a similar uh, statement will show up for the user to agree. Also, the doctor signature uh, is available and the patient signature. So patient signature can be collected at the time of order placing. Once I hit save, the system will bring will once I hit confirm, the system will generate the requisition forms, the labels for this new order. So the label should come up on the screen, and I will just move this to my other screen right here. The rec form also shows up. I'm gonna close this one, and I'm gonna switch now to my internal role because I want to see how the samples will now be received in the lab. So if I go and I switch my role to admin, and then I go to accessioning, I will then go to receive samples, and this brings up the receive sample screen. Now I'm going to take my barcode scanner and I'm going to start scanning these samples. So I scan first sample, uh,
Gabriel Ballin.
Second sample,
Gabriel Ballin.
and my third sample.
Gabriel Ballin.
And you can see the samples are displayed in here. If I scan another sample again, it will give
Gabriel Ballin.
it will give me a duplicate that I've scanned the sample before. So I've scanned, I've searched for my sample, and this should bring me my last order that I've just placed in here. Quickly, you can see that I have some errors on this requisition, and I can also see the prescribed medication. I can go to the details really quickly to show you a few things here. In the samples tab, now each sample was scanned, and I just scanned them a second ago, and it also records the time these samples were scanned. Each sample were scanned at a few seconds apart. The other thing, based on this flag right here, are the errors, and this one shows me that the patient insurance is not valid. So this is something that needs to be handled. One comment though is we can prevent clients from placing orders if the insurance is not valid, but that's really up to you, to each of the labs, to decide how this should be handled. I'm going to switch back to the um, I'm going to switch back to the external role, your client's role, and I want to show you the error handling on their end. So there is an external errors application here where they would be able to see the same problems, right? So if I go to my last one, this one, it shows me that the patient is not eligible, the insurance is not valid. I can uh, look at the details. So let's say the insurance was wrong. I can double check the insurance in the MR system or whichever place, and I can make that change. I update the patient with the correct information, and I can then just uh, send the error, the exception to the lab. This will actually notify the lab that this was resolved, and the lab can check, confirm that it was resolved, and close the exception. Or you can add comments, and you can add here, I've updated the uh, insurance, and that can be um, then also you can submit to resolve. So that will go away from the queue right here. It will be available for the lab to check the error. The other thing I want to show for your clients that is available in the portal is the supply order. This is where clients can order supply materials. And in this application, they can see the all of the orders that were previously placed, the orders that have been completed as well. So let's say I want to place a new order. I can go in and I can choose my site. I can choose the physician I want to order. This is not mandatory to have the physician, and then for each of the materials available and configured in the system, you can the client can choose the quantity. So 5 of antibody kit, 2 small boxes, 50 swab for wound, 20 swabs for urine. And once you hit save, a new order is created in the system, and you can see the details of this order. In the same time, an email is being sent to the supply manager. So whichever user is set up as a supply manager will receive these orders in an email, and they can manage this order in the supply management application available to them. I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you.